Happy Monday.
Buenos tardes. Happy
Monday.
Monday, August 6th. Dean and Jen Gross with Gain here. Fine Monday on August as we approach end of summer for those with children, as school's going to be starting in a lot of different places in about a week and a half
Yes.
in most. So
In Florida. Up north
Florida.
is a little later. But.
Yeah, I think a lot of those guys are closer moving to Labor Day.
Yes.
So what's going on, Machiavelli? So
hello.
As we wind things down, we was reminded this past week, of something that's pretty obvious, pretty simple, but hadn't talked about it in a while. You know, I'm in the middle of reading Immune System Recovery
by Dr.
Plan. Yeah.
Silverblum.
So by Mrs. Susan, Dr. Susan Blum. Good book. I recommend it for those that, especially she's an expert in digestive health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called, again, the Immune System Recovery Plan. And she mentioned something in one of the chapters about water. And obviously we're water people. And we talk a lot about healthy water and ionized and alkalized water. And she just mentioned something it's a pretty well-known fact, but hadn't talked about a lot. And that's the amount of pharmaceuticals that are in our tap water. And to be very, very careful, because obviously she's coming from a page of autoimmune disease and elimination diets, and doing what you can with your diet to prevent and cure some of these ailments, and that can get thrown in the mix if your hormones are out of balance due to some of the pharmaceuticals that are actually in our water system. So, you know, if you weren't aware of that, it's very, very true across the country.
It's funny, you even have the friend that was tested who takes no drugs and was tested, and they actually found pharmaceuticals in her test results.
That
is pretty scary.
That reminded me of that a lot. That we have a friend that never's taken a prescription or over-the-counter medication in DC, and I can't quite remember what it was, if it was a life insurance thing or she was just going for a regular doctor's visit. And they mentioned the amount of,
was it depression medication?
Yeah, it was depression or antipsychotic. And she's just like, oh, are you kidding? I've never had that. And it was from the water system. So if you look at some of these studies across the country, they say now about 41.
Hello, everyone.
41 million Americans today have narcotics in their water, pharmaceuticals in their water. And I think speaking of DC, I think in Philly alone, they found they had like 56 different drugs they could find. So, you try to avoid these things. Those are
pretty staggering statistics.
Yeah.
41 million Americans.
Yeah.
And then 56 different drugs found in the water source in Philly. That's scary.
And you think of trace elements, it's enough for them to find that and test. And so, you do all the right things, let's say, with what you eat, and you avoid certain drugs, and you're not on anti-anxiety medication or antidepressant medication. You're not on antibiotics, but you can consume that and ingest that through your tap water system. And so how does that happen? There's three main ways, and I think you're going to share a little bit about the three main ways that does happen.
Yeah, so the first one is in our own waste, because we only metabolize and process about 75% of the pharmaceuticals on average. So 25% of that gets passed through our body and into the waste system, which then is
so when you go to the bathroom,
right. And then the other bit is from people flushing down old pharmaceuticals, or the disposal methods of how they're disposing of those old pharmaceuticals. So flushing them down the toilet can definitely cause problems with our water, contamination within our water. But the third, and one of the most impactful ways that our water is being polluted, is animal agriculture and factory farming, and the runoff of the waste from factory farming and animal agriculture. Like, the animals are fed so much chemicals and antibiotics and hormones that it's changing the way we eat. It's changing our water systems, but that's one of the number one sources of pollution of our water is animal agriculture, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, you think about it, they're much bigger. So those are much bigger doses. You think of the hormones, the steroids, the growth hormone, and even antibiotics, the things they're giving them is a much bigger dose, and that's getting run off. And our sewage system, you know, the particulates are so small, you know, the sewage system does a great job of really filtering even fluoride and excess chlorine, but it can't filter these pharmaceuticals so that it does get through. What's up, DC? So, and she mentioned the flushing.
Hey, Christy,
there
hey,
are
Holly,
there are drop-off centers, Dina, by the way, for
Rodney. What's up, everyone?
For people that are maybe flushing old or stuff they're not using, or old scripts, there's drop-off centers they have for that reason, to not just throw them in the garbage or flush them, that you could drop them off. So that's a quick tip there, because like you said, people sometimes are flushing it. That's getting in because the particulates too small. It's getting in our water system. Obviously the runoff with the factory farms, and then your waste, you know, it's another, we always say it's an expensive urine. A lot of drugs are just like supplements, you know, you're not metabolizing all of it. So a good 25% of that is going back as you use the restroom.
But the reason that this is so important for our health is, and especially why Dr. Bloom covers it in digestive health, the pharmaceuticals, and specifically the antibiotics, really cause disruption in our microbiome, which is our good bacteria in our gut. Like, we really need to keep it, we need to keep it balanced with the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. You want to minimize the bad and have good healthy bacteria in there. And with these antibiotics, I mean, one round of antibiotics can completely ruin your microbiome for a year. It could take you up to a year to get back to a healthy balance of your microbiome. And when you try to stay away from that, like us and our family, we try to avoid antibiotics as much as possible. But if we were to drink water, which we don't without our special water filter, then we could potentially be susceptible to antibiotics that we don't even know that we're ingesting, or that our families are ingesting. So just another reason to be conscious about what you're putting in your body, and just understanding the source and understanding what's in it.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, no pun intended, to do all the right things and inadvertently ingest. DC, by the way, we love you too, man. You gotta show us how to do like push-ups on top of the swing sets. We gotta learn some funky moves from you.
What's that called? The acrobatics that they're doing, where they jump on the rails, and you know what I'm talking about? It.
Yes.
DJ knows. It's big with Tyler, and Tyler's big on it.
Yeah.
Row something, or Ray something. I can't think of it.
Maybe he can answer that for us.
But that's what it made me think of when I saw his video of that.
So so you know, it's a topic, like I said, it's not really a new topic.
Hey Tiffany, hey Daniel, hey Karen, what's up?
And maybe it is for some of you, so it's worth bringing it up. But again, it's something to take seriously. I mean, we spend a lot of time talking to people about excess fluoride and too much chlorine and rust and metals and sediments, and then the fact of, like I said, what we like to alkalize it and add some electricity to it to give it some more antioxidant power. But just the fact alone that tap water is going to have those other, you know, pharmaceuticals, and you never know how much and how it's going to concentrate. But just to give you an idea, because some people say, okay, those three ways make sense, but what about the other, you know, water shells? What about wells and springs? And they're finding contamination too. And I know they did a study in the Colorado River where estrogen-like compounds from different pharmaceuticals got into the river and actually turned male fish to female fish.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah. So if you're worried, saying, hey, it's just trace elements, a little bit here, a little bit there, if it's powerful enough to change the sex of a species, it's going to raise an eyebrow with me. I definitely would be concerned about that. So, I mean, if you can get a filter, and there's a lot of different filtration systems. Obviously, there's reverse osmosis. There's things that will get to that smaller particulate. I know the kind of the rub on RO, though, is it just uses a lot of gallons of water to do that, and then they take the minerals out. So when you talk
to the conservation-minded people, it's not a great thing for the planet. Like, we really want to try to conserve our water as much as possible. So it's not the best, but it is getting out all the nasty stuff in the water. Unfortunately, it also takes out all the good stuff in the water too. So you're taking out the minerals that your body needs.
Yep. So, but if you want further information, just let us know. And like I said, we provide a system where it does not only filter, but like I said, the good thing is it keeps the minerals in there. It shocks those minerals, so you have more oxygen, electricity in there, and a higher pH, and
makes it alkaline water.
Yeah, it makes it completely alkaline. So, that's kind of what we're about. If you want information on that, let us know. But other than that, we just want to make sure
educate
people are aware. Yeah.
So that you can make the proper choices that are best for you and your family.
Well, yeah, Erica. So that third arm you grew, it's, you know, because of that New York City water. Just kidding. But no, we just thought it was interesting. Again, when you look at your total overall health, and we may have mentioned it before, but it's probably been a while. This isn't just to have you freak out, but just to be aware,
just to educate you on it,
and look at different things. And I know we didn't mention this too, but then again, people will say, well, oh, okay, why I just do bottled water. That's not necessarily safe. That's usually, you know, a good portion of that, a good 25-30% is tap water and spring water there too. So,
and then you have the toxins from the bottle, and it being transported, and how much time has it been in the bottle and in the sun, and so there are a lot of other factors involved with bottled water. So
overall, a good filtration system is a must in that regard. So but we just wanted to share that. We'll share more and more tips as they come through to us. And if you're not on our page, it's growthandimprovement.com. If you're not on a newsletter,
yeah, it's gainhottips.com. Hop on there. We share tips like this and other tips. So definitely hop on that. Yep. And if you think this message will help someone, or you think the message was a good message, please like, comment, and share. If you're watching the replay, please let us know that you're watching the replay. Let us know where you're chiming in from. That's great too. We're always very responsive.
Yes.
And like Dean said, if you want some more information on different filtration options or different water sources that might be best for you, definitely private message us or shoot us a comment on this feed, and we'll get back to you on some options and different solutions that may work best for you and your family.
We even know where Bobby Boucher gets his water, so just hit us up. So with that, we'll let you guys go. We made it. There's no children in the house tonight, so we were able to get on earlier. So we will catch you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.